So here's what I'm doing with all the turnips, and you can see there's that little baby rutabaga in my Misfits box. And in order to make them milder, I cut them all into kind of like thick slices. This maybe, it's like a 1/4 inch thick. And I blanched them, and now I've blanched them enough so that they're tender now. I mean, you could eat them now, but I did that, rinse them off. That is, I blanched them, and now I'm going to add a layer of them to this casserole that I've spread some of my cheese sauce in the bottom. I'm going to make an au gratin turnip casserole. And I was trying to think, what could I do to make the turnips just taste better? I'm not a fan of turnips, and by golly, we got them, so I'm going to eat them. But I'm going to find a way where I can actually enjoy them. And this is my cheese sauce. Normally, I make the cheese sauce with my white sweet potatoes, and I'm opting to put my white sweet potatoes into sweet potato fries tonight, and I made this cheese sauce using white potato. And it worked out. You know what? It worked out just fine. So, in fact, it tastes good because it's less sweet. The white sweet potato gave it just a mild sweet flavor. And I decided I wanted to try it with the white potato to see if it would be less sweet. And it is. It's actually very tasty. So just like the miracle of the pizza crust made with oats and potato, we've got the miracle of the cheese sauce made with oats and potato. It's kind of crazy how versatile that is. So I'm just going to keep layering here, but I need 2 hands, so we'll come back when it's ready to pop in the oven. I ended up putting some smoked paprika, just a sprinkle of pepper in there, and that is red pepper, the smoked paprika, some nutritional yeast. Oh, it's my nutritional yeast that's like I call it chicken broth. It's got some herbs in it and stuff. It tastes kind of like a chicken broth flavor. And then I put the other layer of turnips on, a little more cheese sauce, and this is gluten-free breadcrumbs on the top. And I'm gonna pop it in the oven. I think it's gonna taste good. So I didn't take another picture of the casserole when it came out of the oven, but right after this, I've got a picture of the dinner that we had with our sweet potato fries and the au gratin turnips, and then a bowl of the soup that we had. But you'll see it on the right-hand side of the plate. And you know what? They turned out really good. I actually made this a couple days ago when I started the filming, and I think we're still eating them. It made a big dish full, so we've had them each night for dinner. But they were very tasty, and I'm really enjoying them, which is nice to be able to enjoy them. And because they're mild, because of having blanched them the way I did, they're kind of a cross between between potato and cabbage flavor, and it tastes really good with the cheese sauce. So it's not quite scalloped potatoes, not quite cabbage or cheese sauce. It's kind of somewhere in between, but the texture's good, the taste is good, and I don't know, we just eat them up with our dinner and what we're having. That's really tasty. So I baked them for maybe 20 or 30 minutes. Now, if you're a Gerson person, you can't have that smoked paprika and that hot pepper in there. And again, that was just a little tiny bit of hot pepper. I didn't want to make them hot. I just wanted to add a little depth of flavor. But you can have the Gerson cheese sauce, which is very mild. It's almost like a cream sauce. And no nutritional yeast for Gerson persons. But if you're just eating whole food plant-based, there's nothing in there that you can't have. And it's got a nice flavor. And it's worth it. You know, if I'm going to get turnips, at least I found a way that tastes good. So, in the olden days, I would have eaten them with butter, but we're not doing that anymore. What else can I say? Nothing. They just turned out good. You should give them a try. If you end up with turnips, now you know what you could do. Oh, and that rutabaga in there was good, too. And it was nice. It was kind of a baby rutabaga, so it wasn't so hard to cut. And it had a nice, mild flavor. It's just a little different than a turnip. I like rutabagas. They just have a little different flavor. But, you know, all mixed together is really tasty. So, I don't know. If you're adventuresome, let's see if you try it, okay?